Today we will discuss direct and inverse variation method, variation of standard 8. So in previous class we know a direct and inverse variation. Variation means it will vary to one commodity to other commodity. So direct and inverse variation having two types. One is direct, another one is inverse. Direct means if one commodity will increase, other must be increased. Inverse variation, if one must be increased, other must be decreased. That means in direct variation, x proportional to y. If x is increased, y also increase, as x by y is equal to constant. This is known as direct variation. And whereas in inverse variation, x is proportional to 1 by y, or x in y is equal to constant. This is known as inverse variation method. So today we will discuss the work, distance and time. How the work, distance and time will depend upon. Suppose a train is passing through a bridge. A bridge is here. Whenever a train is passing through here, it crosses its length plus length of the bridge. After some time, it passes through here. So this is the way it will cross like this. So here you can see the length of the train is suppose the length of the train is given 120 and this bridge length is 200. So how much distance it will cover after some time? It covers 200 plus 120, that is 320. This is the small example. I explained how you calculate how much distance it can be covered. I will take one example. You can see a train whose length is given, a train whose length is 400 meter long. It passes through a bridge. A telegraph post, suppose telegraph post. So here the speed of the train is given 72 km per hour. So first of all, in this type of question, you have to convert this 72 km per hour into meter per second. So how will you convert? As you know, 1 kilometer is 1000. So this can multiply with 1000. And this 1 hour, in 1 hour, how many seconds are there? 3600 or 3600 seconds are there. So whenever you multiply it like this, so the result is here 20 meter per second, or the short form you can write in this 1000 by 3600. In this you have to simply you can write down 72 multiplied by 5 by 18, simple. Whenever the question is given like that, the speed of the train is 72 km per hour, you have to just multiply 5 by 18 with 72. The answer is 20 meter per second. Then you have to arrange a tabular form. In 1 second how much it covers, in 2 seconds how much it covers. So here you can write down distance covered. And here you can write down the time taken. So in these two boxes, you just write down here distance covered 20 meter in 1 second. How much distance? Because here the train whose length is 400 meter, when it passes through a telegraph post, it covers only that length of the train only, not the telegraph post. Why? Because the train is like this, it passes through a telegraph post That means this length of the post will negligible. Length of the post is negligible. Length of the post is negligible. So here it is not required. So only the train pass through its own length. So in 400, how much you can take? It is x. So now you can, it is a case of direct variation. Then you have to write down 20 by, you simply write down it is a case of direct variation. I have written that short form, but you don't write in dB, you just write down direct variation like that. Then 20 by 1 is equal to 400 by x. So now you can calculate x is equal to 400 by 20, that is your 20. This 20 is written as time, that means 20 seconds required. Understand everybody? Now I will take another example, that is, suppose a train pass through a breeze tunnel in that case. So how will you calculate? When a train pass through a tunnel or a breeze, suppose the train whose length is given 100 meter. A length of the train is given. Suppose length of the train is 360 meter, and whenever the train will pass through a breeze, wherever the speed of the train is given, 45 km per hour. Here also you can convert this 45 km per hour into meter per second. Simply you can multiply 45 multiplied by 5 by 18. So this answer is 12.5 meter per second. That means in 1 second it covers 12.5 meter. So the length of the train is given 360 meter, and it passes through a breeze. Wherever the length of the breeze is not given. If it is given, length of the breeze is given, suppose in this question length of the breeze is given here 140 meter. So a train will pass through how much distance? Here one thing you can write down, the total distance covered. You can write down the distance of the train, length of the train, or you can write down length of the train plus length of the breeze. Both you have to add. So in this manner you have to find out, this is 360 plus 140, that is equal to 500 meter. So total distance it can be covered 500 meter. Then you can find in 500 meter how much time will be required. So again you can convert into a tabular form, that is known as the direct variation method. So it is also again it is a case of direct variation method. You can write down again. It is a case of direct variation. Just I erase this one because it is creating confusing. So then here you can find out, again you can create the table like that. First of all, here you can write down distance covered. Same thing, distance covered in meter, and here time taken in second. So in 1 second it covered 12.5 meter. Here it is given 500 meter, and you have to find out the number of second. So you can find out 12.5 by 1 is equal to 500 by x. So x is equal to here 40 second. So this is the answer. So that means the conclusion of this topic is, whenever you find the length of the train or time you have to find out, you first think total distance covered is equal to the length of moving object plus length of stationary object. Here, as you understand that one, length of the moving object means the length of the train, and length of the stationary object means what it can be passed through, which object or which thing it will be crossed through. Here it is given, suppose it is given length of the tunnel, length of the bridge, something is given, then you have to write down like this. Sometimes some questions having a man who is standing on the platform, a train pass through, that man only it is given. You don't add the length of the stationary object in that case, because why I am telling like that? Because a train is passed through a tunnel, you have to add. But whenever a train is passed through a person who is standing on the platform, in that case only the train length you have to take, that find the time taken. Everybody understand this concept? So you have to try this. And then one more thing, whenever you convert kilometer per hour, you can multiply 5 by 18. Whenever the question is given meter per second is suppose given, 20 meter per second it is given. So you can convert into kilometer per hour. In this case, 20 multiplied with 18 by 5, it is converted to kilometer per hour. This is the formula. You have to just remember what number you should be multiplied, it convert into kilometer per hour, and what should be multiplied with this number, you have to convert into meter per second. This is very important, and I hope you have everybody understand this concept. Next class we will discuss next problems.